Ain't nothing peculiar about the way that I was raised, and my arm is on the way.
Hey everybody, hope everyone is doing well. I was going to break down and kind of redo this one video that I had. It's called As the Solid Rock Turns, and it had Easter eggs in there. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the one that I had to unlist because one person had reported the video, and so it was either I unlisted or get kicked off of YouTube. So I unlisted it, and so we're going to redo this again, and I'll just go in and make the edits to block out the names and stuff. So, but here we go. Okay, there was a post that was made about Winslow's wife, and people were doing some speculation and stuff in the comments.
That AI would be the next lawyer. Now in Oklahoma, they just tried a case regarding a speeding ticket using AI, speaking to the defendant.
Okay, and I always like to go to the comments on things because you can learn so much from comment sections. So here is Winslow's website about, or his website for being an attorney, and also the AI expert stuff. And so someone commented and said, oh, okay, so it's not about what the law says or what was done or not done by the defendant. It's about whoever's lawyer has the better delivery. Got it. All right, and then sometimes like messages or sometimes comments will be hidden, so you kind of have to mess with the different
what to say in terms of research. So it's going to become more and more prevalent as we move forward in our legal world. Why is that important, right? Because sooner or later, we're all going to have the same research and writing because we're going to have the same computer, the same.
All right, and then Winslow commented back. It says that is oftentimes correct if you can not articulate your point so that the judge or jury, who are human, can understand and agree. Then you don't have a point that is going to win. What? Now, I ain't no lawyer or nothing, but I think it's about way more than what you just have to say. I think I think when you go to court and stuff, a lot of the things in there are based off of evidence. So, that wasn't a very good answer. And AI is not the best. I mean, heck, I get in trouble for something that I posted 15 years ago when they started this whole AI thing. And I got in Facebook jail over a post that I'd done forgotten all about because it was like 10, 15 years ago. And it was a joke thing. And it was talking about, I have shells and clips for sale or something. I don't know. But anyway, it was a seashell. It showed a picture of a seashell and then paper clips. And it was some kind of funny joke about a pew-pew or whatever, you know. So, but anyway, AI found that from that long ago, and then I went to Facebook jail. And then some other things too that, I was posting in my local DoorDash chat and, or in the messenger, and I said something because we had something going on in our area. So I was letting them know that, hey, I'm going to go live on Facebook so that way y'all can see it. And I got in trouble in Messenger for saying that. It said it was spam or that I was trying to promote something or whatever. And I got in trouble for that. And I mean, that is us like messaging each other in a group chat. So that's just, yeah. So AI is not all it's cracked up to be. So
System doing that process. So why do you need lawyers? Because of the delivery, right? Just because you know what to say, just because you know what research to give, can you actually deliver that in an effective way to a jury?
Evidence. It's more about, yeah, I mean, yeah, that helps to have a good delivery or, you know, whatever. And it's good to be able to have those talking skills and stuff. But I mean, you don't just go in court and, you know, chit-chat it up or whatever. And then, I mean, you have evidence. You have physical evidence. You have circumstantial evidence. You have all these other factors that go into the court of law. So,
to a judge, whoever it might be that needs to hear that information, get a case resolved, or to have the case resolved in your favor. It's still about who can deliver it most effectively. And that's where that lawyer still will come in. That's where that law firm will still come in to take care of you and your needs on what they can do to deliver to you what's been delivered to them.
Okay, so we don't need attorneys anymore, pretty much. So we just ask our, hey Google, give me a delivery in court, because, you know, I ain't got to pay all these high dollars for an attorney anymore, because we got hey Google now, or Siri or whatever. They can defend us in court. Get out of here.
Tyler just released the documents pertaining to the power of attorney for Mica Miller, showing proof that JP had healthcare power of attorney over Mica, signed in December 2022, but those documents weren't filed until March 2024. Do you know what else is interesting? The law firm that filed the power of attorney documents. Winslow Law, LLC, Tom Winslow. I've seen the name Tom Winslow mentioned before in this case, but where? Oh yeah, JP told Mica in the nasty email he sent her about divorce that Tom and Kristen Winslow...
Now remember, this email was the setup email. This email is what got everything going for Mica to be set up. So this is that email that she's speaking of. Now, if you're getting divorced or a restraining order or anything like that, how can that person get power of attorney over you? How, and if you're not insane out of your mind, how does one get power of attorney over them? Interesting. And then you hear about other people that are going around collecting power of attorneys like they're collecting Pokemon cards. And they're no longer with us, along with the soon to be ex-wife on that, but then they were going out on a date. I mean, so how does JP Diddy have power of attorney over Mica? And why was it started in like 2022 but wasn't actually filed and put through until 2024? These are things nobody's talking about either. So
would be attending the Africa mission with him. Okay, bestie. Why were these documents signed in December 2022 but not filed until March 2024, just a month prior to her death and after they were separated? Why would you want power of attorney over your soon-to-be ex-wife? These are the things that make you go, I'm going to dig a little deeper into this, and I'll keep you updated. So Kyler Not Tyler just released...
Alright, we'll go to the comments. Because of power of attorney, he can move all assets out of her name. So yeah, that would be one good reason to get power of attorney, because then he's got legal rights, more rights over everything. Not just because, one, they're married, but two, he's got power of attorney, so that means he can transfer assets and move money and do all these different things. And let's see, but the power of attorney stated that if they were separated or divorced, then it went to others. Wonder who that other would be. Let's see.
The documents pertaining to the power of attorney for Mica Miller, showing proof.
Not with healthcare. Not with a healthcare one. He could only make medical decisions with that. That's true, but they usually file them together. He couldn't have moved the house without her signature. Okay, another thing for having power of attorney over her is because, remember, JP Diddy couldn't control her anymore. And she was already setting things in motion with the IRS and other places to do the right thing and turn him in. So if he's got power of attorney over her, he can have her locked up into a hospital to where she never saw the light of day. So that was probably like the first plan. And then when they found out that, hey, she's not playing, she's gonna turn y'all in, she wants to be done, she wants to be out of it, she just wants to live her life, and so he couldn't control her anymore. So somebody had to take care of some dirty work.
That JP had healthcare power of attorney over Mica, signed in December 2022.
Alright, here I'm going through the website.
The biggest thing that you have to remember as an attorney, right, part of our job, to me, the vast majority of our job is taking care of the person that's in front of you, taking care of them as an individual. Everyone comes in with a set of circumstances that is different than someone else. You have to be able to focus on who that person is, and all that comes from just simply listening.
We're a new kind of law firm that believes every individual matters. Every individual matters. Ones that have the money, power, and they could just do whatever they want. That's the law firm that will take care of you.
It should be our job to serve the client.
Alright, now we're going through some reviews of the Winslow law office. It says, Winslow is trying to embezzle over another. And see, this is something that's brought up a lot with Winslow, allegedly, speculation, whatever, my opinion, is embezzlement. So there's a lot of money laundering, a lot of embezzlement, and other financial things that are going on. Not just that, we have allegedly trafficking and other crimes that are sick. So this is who what Winslow law firm is a part of. So allegedly, but it says Winslow is trying to embezzle over another $4,500 in retainer fees by charging let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Alright, unconscionable something fees, a big word. Second time, 2 years later, after this issue was taken care of, Winslow owes $3,000 that he already embezzled and initially hired an attorney. Winslow tried to take her place and tell that he was now not our attorney. Or no, wait. Winslow tried to take her place and tell that he was now our attorney. I told no way, absolutely not. Our best interests are not in your heart. And we didn't want him to do any work or services on our behalf because of his price gouging tactics.
To take care of them and to take care of our community the best we could.
Alright, here's another one, 1 star. So what a waste of time and money. Winslow was pleasant enough at the onset. However, he assigned my case to a junior attorney. That attorney never returned my multiple requests for a phone call, nor did he follow up, arranging a conference call for me. Since he refused to call me, I sent him an email one morning asking him basic questions like where he went to law school, when did he graduate, did he had any success dealing with insurance companies, all basic qualification questions. Within hours, he sent me an email telling me their firm was terminating our relationship.
What good does it do?
What a waste of time and money. Winslow was pleasant enough. Okay, we did that. Let's see. Within hours, he sent me an email telling me their firm was terminating our relationship. When I called and asked him if he was aware and approved of this decision, and he said yes. Couldn't be more disappointed. Like, who does that?
To
how dare you question my qualifications?
For $50,000, whatever it might be.
Like, you just give me all your money, and how dare you question me about, what I can and can't do and my qualifications, just give me all your money and retainers and fees. So, Winslow is trying to embezzle over another $4,500 in retainer fees by charging fees a second time. All right, that's the same person with that first review.
But to charge the client $100,000.
Man, he's supposed to be this big time attorney and everything, and your reviews do not look too good. I would think if he was a good attorney, your reviews would at least be at 4-star. But look, 100% 2-star. Like, not even a 1 5-star rating. Like, that's just crazy to me.
To win it. They don't benefit. They don't help. It's our job to be truthful with
okay.
client.
I read that one. Please do yourself a favor and do not hire them. I won't get into anything because they are not even worth my time to write a full review. They are not go-getters. They do not do anything but go back to the other party and ask them for advice and then charge you for it. Everything they did, we could have done ourselves. Even though it was pretty easy case, they will just bleed your retainer dry and act as if they actually helped. I was warned about them, but after we had already hired them, it was too late. So again, please keep looking and don't stop with them. Wow.
I use money for myself. Or Russell B. Long, the attorney for John Paul Miller and the church officials there, whoever's involved with the litigation. Only they really know why this settled and why it, went through its process. But we were all like, well, why did they, end this quickly? But I think it ended quickly because the investigation is just ramping up, and they wanted to get this behind them. And you'll see possible charges for J.P. Miller and maybe this guy cooperating, maybe he's not. But he made a post, and I want to share with you. He made a Facebook post himself. Look at this, folks. Look at this right here. That's Tom Winslow, the attorney that I just shared. And he said, so what do you do after an interrogation at the police department? You catch dinner, eat dinner, and keep networking into the night. Welcome to the bachelor days. I need my wife so I can get some sleep. And in this post, and I don't know how he obtained this, unless he's trolling, but our sources tell us that he was in fact brought into authorities to speak. Now, he's an attorney, so it's unclear if he lawyered up or maybe it's something to do with something else. But I
don't think that's something to brag about. Like, you're an attorney and you're like kind of bragging like, I just got interrogated, and kind of like, I don't know, like I get that feeling of like he's feeling like he's just untouchable,
I think this has something to do with the investigation into not necessarily the death of Mica Miller, but I think it's part of it, but J.P. Miller in general. focused more towards the financial aspect and the church, the inner workings of the church. Dare to Care had some interesting things too I want to share too. They scrubbed Mica Miller from their website, which is very, very fishy. Also, folks, so I don't know what this means. He posts a photo here. He has a badge, so it's just a bunch of paperwork there. Yeah, this is the AI guy. Tom Winslow is the AI guy, the guy that owns property right by Lumber River State Park, right on the border there, by South Carolina and North Carolina. A lot of people think, I don't know for sure. All I'm just reporting and analyzing what these people put out. I'm not going to say Tom Winslow's involved. I don't know, but his name's floating around. He was there the other day at the court hearing with the family of. He was there with J.P. Miller and against the families. He was there. He was involved. Regina Ward served him, but he put something out, and this is what's interesting about this guy. The timing is everything. Timing is always, and timing is not coincidental. I feel. I think people put things out for reasons why. He wanted to kind of get control or get that out there, and before media gets there, so by just throwing the stuff out there. But he put an interesting thing that he shared recently about his money, which I feel like it ties into this case. And I want to share this video that he put out because this video makes me go, makes me go, a little bit.
I love my truck. Everybody says, Tom, you need to get a new car. I love my truck. It's got 200,000 miles on it. I'm hoping to get 300,000 miles on it. What do I care? It gets me where I need to be. Money is a tool, it's a resource provided to you to use for others. And so I'm going to use the resources I have to lift up this firm, to lift up the people in it. Every once in a while I'll bring some money home when Lauren tells me I need to bring some money home, which she tells me a lot. She's like, Tommy, sooner or later I have to take a paycheck. I'm like, all right, I'll take a paycheck. I use money for myself, again. I can't use it for other people, right? I can't host the charity events that we host if I take all the money for myself. And God's always blessed us with enough. And the truth is, it's His, right? So it's not mine. And so if He doesn't want me to have it, I won't have it. And if He does want me to have it, I will have it. That is just that simple, right? So it has nothing to do with my doing. It's out of my control. I'll just keep working hard and I'll be blessed if I'm supposed to be blessed. And I won't be blessed if I'm not supposed to be blessed because I've mismanaged what I've been blessed with.
Timing, folks. It's interesting that he put it out. To me, my take on what he said, he just put that out on the Winslow law firm site. The thing about that is, it makes me feel like the police were questioning him about money obtained in reference to Dare to Care, Solid Rock, his financial dealings with J.P. Miller. But it makes me think a little bit like, okay, he wants to make it known that any money he makes doesn't go towards him. It goes to good causes. I contribute. I'm blessed, but I give the money out to other people to help people and lift people up. And he's trying to justify the money. To me, I take it as he putting out that at the same time that he being interrogated. It's no secret that he's under investigation. And he was in the courts the other day with the Solid Rock and this global settlement. There's the word. Veronica said a very interesting word. Embezzlement, fraud, conspiracy, racketeering. Is he under investigation for any of those things? I just think that.
And how do a lot of rich people hide money? Through charities, and it's like Goodwill, You go and you take the time to take your stuff to Goodwill, and it's supposed to be like helping others and stuff, but like with Goodwill and stuff, allegedly, it's mainly filling somebody else's pockets and not actually really helping the cause that it says it's helping. So that's one way that people hide assets, hide money, clean it, whatever you want to call it. And then also too, they get tax write-offs. So you get so many tax write-offs, when comes tax time, you know, you don't owe as much and you get money back and this and that and the other. So, I mean, it's just like a whole thing that can be done to where, you know, you're getting your money, you're going to get it back. You know, you could hide it and then you get a tax write-off for it and, you know, all these other things. So, I mean,
these individuals, people are predictable. Let me just say, people are predictable of what they want people to see, the perception. And he's saying, I got interrogated, but it's like, it's no big deal, right? That's the way he's like. So what do you do after an interrogation at the police department?
And he's flexing. Like, y'all notice, like, he's flexing. You know, he's like, well, you know, I got all this money, but, you know, I also still drive my old truck, but I got all this money, and, you know, and it's like he makes it sound like it's no big deal, you know, like people don't need money to survive and things, but he's like, I got all this money, so I'm just like, you know, I don't know what to do with it, so I'm just, you know, I mean, it's not mine, it's God's money, or, you know, whatever, and it's, oh my goodness.
Well, he's a lawyer. Why did he even agree to interrogation unless he has nothing to hide? But a lot of times, 90% of people's statements are the ones that bury them, right? 90% of people's, that's the convictions
that are going on every Sunday
anymore. We want to move forward to the next chapter, and that is getting this law passed.
Again, I want to bring up what Ms. Ward has brought up in two ways about the people who've decided to carry on the Justice for Mica / shut down Solid Rock Church protests that are going on every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock in front of Solid Rock Church. The Francis family just asked them, through their attorney, to focus their energy somewhere else. She asked them to help focus their energy towards the passing of this Coercive Control Act. She asked them to focus that energy on the legislators that are around the state. Mm-hmm. She's asking them to do that. That means that the Francis family, Mica's family, the people who love and care for her the most, have asked the protesters to leave the church alone. I would ask that they leave the churchgoers alone. These poor people are just trying to go to church on Sunday, and they're being harassed.
No, they're not. And they were not being harassed, and we are allowed to protest, and there's a reason why we're protesting, and the family never said for protesters to stop. So Russell B. Wrong is giving false statements, and Regina is over there agreeing with him. Like, that always, I don't know, that just always struck me as odd. Like, why are you over there agreeing with him? What, you don't want the church to be shut down or hurt or anything because, you know, that's less money coming in and maybe a little bit less money in your pocket somehow? I don't know, I'm just asking.
And they're being put in fear, and they're being made not to feel comfortable trying to go to church. The point is, this is over. This is today, this agreement, this global agreement.
And I put on here, if you think these two are against each other, as in they're not. But yeah, it is far from over, Mr. Russell B. Wrong. It is far from over. Because, I mean, I did this or when was that global agreement? Like 3 or 4 months ago or something. And we are still going at it.
That's been signed by everybody involved is Mica's justice. The next step, which Ms. Ward pointed out, is their legislative goal to help reach out and talk the state legislature into passing this Coercive Control Act. That's what's left for these protesters to do if they feel like they still have energy to put towards this, not harassing church members. So we would ask that this be the end of that. Those that have sought justice for Mica should feel accomplished in helping the Francis family in reaching this milestone and move.
It's not justice. Y'all had a settlement. Y'all had a settlement. That is not justice. Justice is seeing that the person that allegedly did this to Mica and put her through hell and back is locked up behind bars to where he cannot hurt another soul in this world. Him and everybody involved. That's justice. not y'all having a settlement so that the family don't have to keep coughing up legal fees and paying this, high price attorney, because Regina Ward is not cheap. She is not cheap. I mean, most attorneys aren't cheap. They charge you like $10 for one sheet of paper or something, and we know Regina Ward, she gonna get them high profile cases now. So, yeah.
On with their lives.
These other things that you're doing, that time has passed. We want to put this behind us and move on.
Why do we want to put this behind us? Why do we want to move on? Why do we want this to happen to someone else? Why do we want to continue this cycle? You just heard it from her mouth. Telling everyone to move on. What? Move on? We lost a beautiful soul in this world. And she's saying, oh well, move on.
To the next chapter that matters. And when we say that we've gotten justice,
to the next chapter that matters. Having a law passed. Yeah, I mean, having a law passed matters, yes. And that's something that needs to be done nationwide. But having that law passed is not going to guarantee that it's not going to happen again. It's not. A law is only good as long as it's being upheld. Mica called the law. Mica tried getting help. Oh, we are married. That's, whatever. See, I hear these things about women's rights. Like, women's rights and, we should be able to choose and da-da-da. When I think of women's rights, I don't think of abortion. Like, when I think of women's rights, I think of a woman being able to call the cops to protect herself, or, calling the cops to get her belongings back, get her cell phone back where her husband is done stole it and is impersonating her. I feel like a woman should have the right to be able to call law enforcement and get her belongings back. I think women's rights are that a woman, just because she married a man, doesn't mean that the man can have full control of everything just because he's the man and y'all are married. Like her car, the car was in her name. She was paying for that car. And what does the law say? Oh, y'all are married, that's marital property. Where was her rights?
for Mica as a result of this settlement, it is true. We don't want to talk about Mr. Miller anymore.
Yes, we do.
We want to move forward to the next chapter, and that is getting this law passed.
Oh, I want to talk about him. I want to expose him. I want the truth and justice to come out. So, I don't know why y'all were trying to tell everybody shut up and move on and everything else, and we don't want to talk about JP Diddy, because you know what? We're going to keep talking. He ain't going to shut me up.
Again, I want to bring up.
Mr. Lund, can you talk about what happens in the next 10 days, I believe, that you spoke about you?
I'm sorry?
The next 10 days, I believe they had mentioned something about this.
Oh, yeah. His Honor, just now in the probate matter, has other matters to, there were filings involved in the case. He has to make a ruling on what part of those filings can remain in the record and if part of those filings need to be sealed.
Yeah. And don't forget that. They were trying to, JP Diddy and his crew were trying to seal all records. That's something else that people have forgotten about. They were trying to seal all records. So that way, you would only get one side of the story, and that's his. So whatever narrative or any lies or anything he wants to say or and his crew want to say, you're not going to be able to look at records and be able to say no, 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 that's not what happened or whatever, because they were trying to seal it. And why would they want to seal it? Because that's to help protect their assets, their money, their cash flow. Because remember, JP Diddy's supposed to be the next big thing and was already up there, but he was supposed to be even bigger than that. And I mean, it's a lot of money and a lot of things involved in this, and a lot of evil things that if these people were to be caught, it would expose so much. Like when I say JP Diddy, I mean, this is like Puff Daddy stuff, y'all. Like, I call him JP Diddy for a reason.
So there are 10 days set in by His Honor just now to give the parties the time to hash that out and bring those to light, and that way he can make a final ruling.
Televangelist. Yeah, that was the word I was trying to think of in one of my other videos. But yeah, in the next 10 days, JP Miller will have anything and everything that tells the truth about his abuse of Mica sealed. He is protecting his future career as a famous televangelist by protecting his reputation. And that is exactly what them two were going to try and help make happen. And to be honest, I mean, I don't know if Regina Ward's got her hands in any of that dealings or whatever, but I mean, and I really don't know what to think about her. I mean, I'd have to, I don't know. But you know that they rub shoulders. So, I mean, it's a tight-knit community, especially when it comes to attorneys and, you know, things like that. And then, you know, yeah. Alright. And then this, it says the Francis case and Gabby Petito's case is that there is coordinated, active, bold, well organized, sophisticatedly planned and executed operation behind the death and cover up of Mica Francis. I've experienced these tactics in the national political arena with issues that have an impact overall nationally, but never in the true crime community, especially not with the state issue of non-political pastor's wife. These operations are usually only authorized by or for a specific political outcome that is on a national level. And implemented by intelligence agencies. This leads me to question what politician has a vested interest in JP Diddy's business success. What national relevance does JP Diddy's cult serve? This is a huge and downright wrong. Someone has severely abused their power and pull this off, or organized crime in our government has reached an all-time high. And y'all see that picture right there? Put them two words together, and you'll have what helped take care of the dirty work. Oh yeah, and that's governmental too, or ex-governmental people. Alright, because of Mica's army, was not able to be influenced, overtaken, and controlled by supplanting the truth and their false narrative. These unauthorized operatives are changing tactics. They are attempting to flood Mica's murder investigation with garbage in an attempt to muddy and contaminate the truth so that it will become lost. Another tactic that they use is to infiltrate and create drama that keeps us fighting with each other and distracted so that we can't focus on analyzing and solving Mica's murder. Exactly. And who helps with this drama? There's some people that help with this drama. There's several of them, actually. Alright, and it says, I suggest before accepting newly discovered evidence at face value, especially anything with her voice, please authenticate it with her family. You will be targeted to run with fake evidence they created. When you accept their fake garbage at face value and feature it on your show, not only are you giving them statistics or satisfaction, you are playing into their hands. This gives clarity to why Mica called JP a double agent. Exactly. Because he's doing all these things, but then in a church preaching. You know, I mean, what's a double agent do? And well, I ain't gonna say nothing. But Robbie, it does matter who did it. It matters. Alright. Okay. And y'all remember when Michael did this testimony, right? When she was in Africa. And she did this testimony. But she never actually, like, remembered it actually happening or whatever. But JP Diddy had drilled it in her head so much that, you know, she was like, well, maybe it is true. And then not only that, she was also drugged all the time. And someone helped with that someone else is trying to save. But let's see. Repetition makes a fact seem more true, regardless of whether it is or not. Understanding this effect can help you avoid falling for propaganda, says psychologist Tom Stafford. Repeat a lie often enough and it becomes the truth. Is a law of propaganda often attributed to the Nazi Joseph. Let's see the last name. So, she was being drugged, told all these things that, hey, Mica, you was doing this, and you was doing that, and you was doing this, and she's like, well, you know, I don't remember, you know, I mean, maybe I did, you know. So, she was told that when she go to Africa to give this testimony, and this is going to help others, you know, this is going to help others, and, you know, you give this testimony, and who was there when she gave that testimony? None other than Randall. Who recorded that? Randall. What was one of the first things they had locked and loaded whenever this case came out, and you know, they were saying that, oh, she did this, and, you know, oh, she was crazy, and this and that and the other, you know, oh, they had this video locked, loaded, and ready. And they showed it and said, see, we told y'all. Alright. And we know that JP's got ties with Dominion TV and all this. And what was that girl's name that went and tried to act like she was a a news person or something at the protest and was asking questions. That's the daughter of this lady. And these are these church people that have like Dominion TV and some other things that they got going on. But what does Dominion mean? What does that mean? The true meaning of Dominion. Noun, the power or right of governing and controlling a sovereign authority. Rule, control, dominion, or domination, a territory usually of considerable size in which a single rulership holds sway. Lands or domains subject to, so pretty much control. And what do these people do? And then you bring in JP Diddy, he's supposed to be the next televangelist. And people say that, his church is already like a cult because, people just fall for whatever with him and just, drop to his feet and do whatever he says and believe every word he says and give him all their money and stuff. So all these things, I mean, and we will continue asking questions. And I'm sorry, y'all, I haven't been as active, but I still love y'all. And if today's your birthday's this week, happy birthday. And hope y'all have a great day. Bye. Also, don't forget to like, comment, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and subscribe. I hate to ask, but I want some subscribers, man. It helps me out. It helps us grow, and it helps us get the message out, and it helps my moo-moo to stop meowing. So y'all subscribe so I can feed my moo-moo. Love y'all. Bye.